and that was a little unnerving, but
Oh, well, now you're just talking about your family, so that.
yeah, I can talk about them.
So we'll talk about any highlights of the year, and then anything you got going on for next year.
Well, the highlight of the year, I think, is the completion of this structure, and what I really am happy about is being able to just come up here and flip 2 switches, and I got heat, and I got water, and everything works, and
Yes.
and it's air conditioned, and it's got good heat in the winter, and we even come up here in the winter a couple times.
Oh, okay.
And just because we don't winterize it, we just turn the heat down to 55.
Oh, okay,
So you
yeah.
just turn the thermostat up and sit here and crack a beer and look out at the lake.
And the lake is still there, but
It's there.
It's quite far out and frozen.
Exactly. Well, sometimes it's frozen. Most of the time it's not frozen, but it is quite far out, and it's not anything you'd go wading in or boating in, but it's still peaceful to look out there.
Yeah. Wow.
And so, yeah, that's the highlight, I think, is the completion of this place.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So for this next year coming up, because you're still working on different projects and volunteering, and you doing any of the back road clearing?
I still enjoy clearing trails. Thompson Park has got a wonderful system of trails in South Butte, where it's right next to us, and I love riding those trails with my horse. And if there's a tree across the trail, if I've got my other horse with a chainsaw on him, I can stop and I just love doing that. And so I still do that, and but not as much as I used to. But
Great.
That's one of my. I still love playing with the horses.
Yeah. And any travel coming up this year, or you're anything?
Well, good question. Not really. I want to take the trailer home and go down to Yellowstone Park right after Labor Day, because we've always enjoyed doing that when the crowds are down and the animals are out. And and we haven't used the trailer much since we've been doing this. So what are we going to do with it?
Yeah.
You know?
Does it stay there through the winter? Or?
It did last year.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Okay.
Yeah. It doesn't have to.
Yeah.
But it can.
I see. All right. Okay, so now we'll talk about your children from oldest to youngest. So we'll talk about Reed and Zach. Reed, Katie, Zach.
Okay.
And then their kids. So where's Reed? What's he up to?
Well, Reed is he's still doing venture capital with his partners, and he's trading stocks, and he's doing quite well. He's doing a really good job of raising his boys. When he and Monique now seem to have a very compatible relationship with the boys, and I'm not sure what their arrangement is, but he's had the boys up here for the last couple weeks, and he's very attentive to them. It's difficult,
Yes,
but they seem to be doing good.
they're doing okay, and they live in the same place in Colorado. So their boys are still going to school in Colorado.
They're still going to school in Colorado, and they live close enough to each other so that that's working, I guess.
Oh.
And
Slade is going to be 13, 14.
Slade is going to be 13. I think he's going to be a freshman.
Right.
And Deacon's 12, and Luke is 10, I guess, to 11. Susan knows more about that than I do.
I can check with her. So that's Reed, and then Katie was here this summer, right?
And Katie she's had quite a good summer, but she is not going to be at the lake lot, which is very disappointing. but she went to a wedding of Susan's side of the family in Joplin, Missouri. She and Russell did, and then she went to Minneapolis for Franny's graduation, and then stopped on her way home in Denver for several days. So all 5 boys got together and
that's always great time.
and they were entertained thoroughly by Reed and Monique, and so that was a good trip. And then she made a trip by herself up to somewhere in the Spokane area and spent some days with her good friend Lori from high school.
Oh,
So that was good.
she's
And she also came to Montana and dropped Alex off, and then she and Russell went back. And, So
okay.
that was a quick trip, but at least she got to Montana. But she has not made it to the lake. We did have Alex up here for about a week,
Okay.
and that was good. And we had him in
special.
Butte for a couple of weeks, so that was very, very nice and enjoyable.
Oh, great. And she's still teaching in her school district, and
Yeah, she's a California school teacher.
yes.
And,
And David is still doing his aeronautical space engineering.
yeah, it's his trump suit is security systems on the computer and that sort of thing. And he's very busy because hacking seems to be what the concern is these days.
Oh, we are never going to get rid of that.
And so he's in the middle of that.
Wow.
So he worked his butt off, and now Alex has gone back to the base for high school,
Oh, okay.
and Russell is staying at this new school that he's at,
Okay.
where he made the basketball team last year on the JV, so he loves basketball. So
Oh, great.
hopefully that'll work out for him. He'll be a sophomore. So.
Excellent. A basketball player.
And I don't know if you want to put this in, he's the only white kid on the team,
Oh,
but he
that's
doesn't have any
the
problem
truth.
with that at all.
Yeah, I'm
No
sure.
problem at all.
I'm sure growing up there.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's Katie, and then Zach.
Then Zach. And so the highlight of maybe our year with Zach was going back to Franny's trapeze thing, which she just really did well, and we were so proud of her. And then we went back for her graduation,
Oh, okay.
and what a big event that was.
Yes.
And
Washburn High School.
and we're really thrilled that she's going to Gustavus Adolphus. It's a small enough school, and it's close to Minneapolis, and I think she'll do well there.
Yeah, we're all excited. I can't think of
that's
another
really
Gusty
neat.
we've had. It's great.
She's got great scholarships, academic scholarships from there. So
We're all proud then.
yeah, so it's gonna. Hopefully, I'm just so optimistic that's gonna work out
Yeah.
great for her.
That's
And then now we've got the 2 little ones here with us, and
two
that's
little ones.
Beckett and Quinn, and we've been back. We stay with them and get to see a lot of them when we go back
Oh,
for
okay.
Franny stuff and to see them. So that's always good.
And Beckett is Beckett is
Beckett's
6. No.
5, but he's going to be a first grader. No,
Oh.
he's going to be kindergarten.
Oh, okay. So then he's 5. And Quinn must
Quinn
be,
is going to be in the 2nd grade.
so she's
and
7,
She's 7,
going into 8. Ah, okay.
and
And
so
there.
that's good. And Beckett's teacher I've met her a couple times, and she's married to a guy from Montana, and so that's pretty neat. We
must
have
be
a nice
okay
visit
then.
every time.
Oh, that's great. And remind me again, Zach's job, he already
He works for a paper. They make containers, and he. I'm not sure what he's doing now, but he's doing quite well, and they take good care of him.
Oh, great.
He seems to fit in well. He's always on the look. Can I do better? But I think it's working out okay for him.
Okay. Great. That's,
So-
well, they've created a nice little life for themselves there.
And I suppose the punchline for the Pete Madison family is that Susan and I completed the second big building project and are still married. Supposedly you only have one of these types of things in a marriage.
Yes.
You cannot survive a second one.
Yes.
And
In fact, they did survive.
so we've survived this one.
Oh man, well, it's a gorgeous place.
It's just so nice to come up and flip two switches and everything works.
Yeah, that's the easy part.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for your time, and we look forward to talking to you next year.
Well, and thank you for doing this every year, and it's always fun to read about
Well,
the others. And
yes, we all learn
and
from
we've
reading.
got all these grandkids like Slade, and we're so proud of them.
Slade is in the house.
And
Okay,
So
thank
that's
you
neat.
much.